What's happening out there? Welcome to the Man on the Moon World, where we learn, explore, and inspire. Here at the Man on the Moon World, if it has a motor and it goes fast, I'll probably talk about it. I'll take you to places that you've been and some places you probably haven't. Check this out. Visit my website, ManontheMoonWorld.com, where you can get some great information and merchandise that we have available as well. Follow me on all my social media platforms at Man on the Moon World, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Here's an important part. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and share with your friends. Man on the Moon World is the place to be. Here today joining me is John Peak, affectionately known as 5-0.
Yes, sir.
And 5-0, thanks for joining us here on the Man on the Moon World.
It's my pleasure.
I greatly appreciate you being here.
My pleasure.
So, I mean, there's so much for us to talk about,
Yes.
but let's start here. You actually ride a motorcycle. A lot of people see you at a lot of events,
Yes.
and you plan and you promote,
Yes.
but they don't know that you're an avid motorcycle rider, or should I say you're a biker.
Yes, sir.
So I remember when they did the Iron Bread commercial,
Iron
and
Bread.
you were in that commercial as well for Iron Elite.
Yes.
So let's start back when you first started riding a motorcycle. When did you start riding?
Oh, man. I started back when I was a kid. You know, everybody has a little dirt bike in the neighborhood.
Everybody.
Everybody has one with the Briggs and Stratton engine.
Oh, man. Did you have a pull string on yours? Or
yes,
was it electric
sir.
start? Okay.
I had the pull string. And with the power brake that you used to just press down and burn the tire up.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
We're telling our age.
Everybody in the neighborhood had one. And we all rode each other's.
That's right.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
started off riding that and then moved on up to the Honda 80.
Really?
Oh yeah, with the wire wheels and all that, man.
All right.
Yeah, and then I started working at Six Flags and got on security at Six Flags, and we had the little Honda 80s to ride around the parking lot.
Really?
So yeah, that's where I first learned how to do a wheelie.
In the parking lot at Six Flags?
On an 80. I could take that thing from one end of Six Flags to the other on one wheel.
Wow.
Yeah. But then, you know, graduated, moved on up, got into the sport bike world, and always rode Suzuki though.
All right, so before we even go to the sport bike world,
Yes.
is there any person or individual that inspired you to ride, or who brought motorcycles to your attention?
It just was really learning in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And just seeing it. Well, no, I take that back. No, Mr. Marshall, next door to me, had a motorcycle.
Okay.
And as he got up in age, he stopped riding it, but would always go to his house and see the bike sitting in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought, I'm going to get one of those one day.
Had me one.
Oh, yeah. He had the old Kawasaki KZ, the banana seats.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing was just sitting in the garage looking like a monster.
Ooh.
Yeah, KZ 1000, matter of fact. And then when I got into high school, one of my good friends, his father had one, and he didn't ride it that much, but he would always try and sneak it out when his dad would go out of town. He'd take it up and down the street saying it's gonna be his. So you know that kind of inspired me to want to have one. So when I got a adult kind of age, you know, I was able to get one.
So back to your sport bike days.
Yes.
You said you were a Suzuki guy.
Yes, sir.
So take us through the different models of Suzukis that you've had.
Oh man, well I had my primary one that I rode the longest. I say that, and which was my main one was a Gixxer 750.
The Shred 750?
No, not
Okay.
Shred. I had a 750.
Okay, Gixxer
The
750.
real 750, but I worked on it.
Okay.
Yeah, boarded 90 over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, put the power commander in it, everything. So you weren't gonna run off on me. I hung with, you didn't leave me. I wasn't last. I'll just say that.
So for the people out there who are listening and viewing,
Yes.
and who've seen you and known you,
Yeah.
they would probably never know that you are a straight up biker.
Oh yeah, I love to ride.
Yeah, see?
Love to, and especially now with what I ride now, being that I'm on a Harley, I love to get on the road.
Okay,
and,
okay.
and have a good time. Matter of fact, going this Saturday.
Where you going?
Oh, gonna ride down to Florida, get some orange juice, and come back happy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what a biker does.
Yes, yes. Sir.
So how did you transition from sport bikes into cruisers, Harley Davidsons, what have you?
Actually, it's the fault of a friend of mine.
It's somebody else's fault.
It's somebody else's fault.
Damn friends.
Yeah, I was doing a Kickstand Promotions event up at ManontheMoonWorld in Conyers, and I come back from Daytona Beach with my friends. We went to Daytona one week, and I did the event right afterwards, which was an open house when ManontheMoonWorld first opened.
Okay.
And we were inside the showroom, and the event was going on inside the showroom, and unbeknownst to me, my friend Christopher Elton, as part of Exclusive Sounds, decided to take a piece of paper and write my name on the piece of paper and stick it on a Harley in the showroom on the throttle side, and stuck the paper on there.
Like it was sold for you.
Like it was sold. And put my name on it. And I left. I didn't know he did it. And came back to ManontheMoonWorld about a week and a half later. And I knew that one of the owners, Robert Ross, I walked in and was just looking at some things and went to go talk to him about doing another event. And he looked at me, he said, "When you coming to pick your bike up?" And I said, "Pick my bike up? What are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, your name is on the street glide over there. We've been waiting on you to come pick it up." And it kind of floored me. And so he told one of his employees to go outside, because I was on my sport bike at the time. Mm-hmm. He said, "Go out there and take the tag off that bike, put it on the Harley." He said, "Take it home for a week and ride it, and then bring it back and let me know."
So,
and I bought it.
Mr. Exclusive Sounds, Chris Helton,
is
responsible for you in the purchase of your first Harley Davidson.
First Harley Davidson.
Wow. He didn't tell me that. He sat down for an interview with me. Shout out to Chris Helton, Exclusive Sounds.
Chris.
But I didn't know he was responsible. That's pretty cool.
He is responsible because to back up a little bit, when we Chris first got in the sound game, we went to Daytona right prior to that event that I was telling you at ManontheMoonWorld, and we pulled up at the head station, because the head station at night was the place to go.
Okay.
Bikes everywhere.
Is that the head station right when you get off I-95 going into Daytona Beach?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that spot well.
Now it's a BP.
Okay.
A Gulf station now.
I know it well.
Yeah. But back then, it was packed.
Okay.
And it was nothing but sport bikes out there. So Chris and another friend of ours, Corey, pulled up. Chris had the sound in his bike, and Corey had a flip screen radio on his bike.
Yeah.
So Chris pulls up at one pump, blasting music like crazy. Everybody looking around like, where's this music coming from? And Corey pulls up and pulls his flip screen up and puts on the Transporter movie.
He's got movies going.
And he walked away from the bike, and 20, 30 people crowded around the bike to watch the movie.
Wow.
And that was part of the reason why I decided to switch, for the attention that you get.
I want some of that shine too.
Yeah. So when he got home and he put my name on the bike, it seemed like it solidified.
It was a good deal.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you've been riding for a minute. So tell me, what's one of the longest rides that you've ever been on?
Furthest I've been, Dallas and back.
Okay, Dallas and back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, have you been down to mile marker 1 down?
No, excuse me. No, that'll be it. Excuse me, that's further.
I
went to mile marker 0. My wife went with me. She
Every
rode on the
time
back.
I say mile marker 1, somebody else tells me mile marker 0.
Is
so I ain't been far enough, because I stopped at 1.
0. All the way down to 0.
All the way down to 0?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now,
and I did it with my wife on the back of the bike.
You hauled your wife all the way down?
She's a trooper.
South Miami?
Yes, sir.
South Florida, my bad.
South Florida.
Wow.
The bottom of the United States.
To the bottom?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, how many miles do you think you've got riding motorcycles? Because the people out there, again, they know you as a promoter and one who sets up all the events. They don't know you as a guy who rides motorcycles.
Well, yes, that's true. Because most times when I'm doing my events, I don't get a chance to ride. Because I'm bringing things. I have to bring things in my vehicle to set up all kinds of things. But, oh man, let's just say when I traded in my street glide for the road glide that I currently have, it had over 95,000 miles on it.
95,000 miles on one motorcycle.
It was on the street glide. Yes.
Wow, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
That was a street glide.
That was a street glide.
I got the road glide 19, and the longest trip I've done on the road glide I currently have is going down to mile marker 0.
Okay. All right, well, we got to make that Cali run. I'm gonna load you up. We're gonna make that run out there. We're gonna do a podcast all the way there.
All right, that'd be cool.
I don't know. You're kind of busy, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Hey, that is a goal of mine to go to California.
Let's make that run out there.
Yes.
It is a nice run, but it takes time. It takes time.
I gotta take some time off and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening and viewing, John Peak, affectionately known as 5-0, Mr. I do all kind of events, Mr. Promoter, Mr. Everything. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Kickstand Promotions.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back. Let's talk about this, man.
Yes, sir.
From what I understand, and maybe you can help me out, you are the architects behind the Kickstand Promotions machine. Mm-hmm. And for the people out there who don't know, tell us a little bit about Kickstand Promotions and what you do.
Well, Kickstand Promotions started in 2008, and I basically saw at that time the city was kind of, I won't say in turmoil, but you had a lot of clubs at each other and different things. So I started Kickstand Promotions basically as an advertising tool to just advertise the events that were going on around the city.
Okay.
And I started by building a list. I was fortunate to partner with Mountain Motorsports, who kind of gave me my kick. They kicked off Kickstand Promotions, basically.
Okay.
And I built my list from the people that showed up at the event that I coordinated for them.
Okay.
And that's how I started to just communicate with people. I did it through email, I did it through text messaging, and it just grew from there. From starting off from my very first event, having about 450 names and phone numbers and email addresses, to now I can contact, I'll say total, through all my social media platforms and groups and everything, I'm well over 1.5 million.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that is amazing.
And that's throughout the Southeast, all the way up the East Coast, and all the way over into California. I have people almost in every state of the United States on my list.
So most of us know, anybody who's from the Atlanta area knows about the bike nights that we used to have down at TGI Fridays.
Yes.
If you were on a motorcycle or you knew anybody with a motorcycle, you knew that we'd be there on Wednesday nights. And tell us about how that event started and what you did to keep that thing going, because that was, wow, that was an event.
I was fortunate enough to get contacted a while back by, at the time, he was the general manager of TGI Friday, Mr. Charles Fleming.
Yeah.
And he's a member of Rap Breed.
I sold him his motorcycle.
Excuse me, I'm not supposed to use his government name. But he contacted me and said, what do you think about doing a bike night? And a couple of people around the city that he had contacted first, he just said, hey, why don't you contact 5-0? We could do it for you. So they referred him to me, and we started off. And the very first bike night I did at Fridays, we did it on a Sunday and had, I think 12 bikes show up.
So the first bike night,
the
inaugural,
was
on a Sunday.
Was on a Sunday. We started off and did it a little short time at the end of this year, one of the years, and it ended up being an 11-year run at Fridays.
Strong run.
At the Camp Creek Fridays. And I started off my first 2 years with a DJ from University of Georgia, a student. They call him DJ Dynamite.
Okay. Blowing up the spot.
Yeah. He used to DJ with one turntable, and it worked well.
Okay.
But then I saw someone that was really growing in the bike community, DJ Dirty.
Right.
At the time, he was the president of the number one stunners. And he came on in, and Dirty was part of the reason for the growth of the bike night.
Shout out to DJ Dirty.
Yeah, shout out to Dirty. And Dirty was with me all the way up until the last year that I was there.
Really?
So I think Dirty was with me about eight of the years, and bike night grew. We grew together, and it eventually turned into the largest weekday motorcycle event on the East Coast.
And let me give you your flowers right now, because you just saying the largest bike event on the East Coast. It was always on jam Wednesday nights. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
you get off work, and if you didn't wash your bike the day before or have your bike looking good,
Yeah.
you wasn't gonna make it down there. I mean, that TGI Friday parking lot was on fire each and every Wednesday. So,
Yes,
as a biker, as a person who rides and looks for things to do,
yes.
I just want to say I appreciated every Wednesday that you promoted an event down there, and I'm sure there's thousands of people in the Atlanta area who want to thank you as well. So thanks for that event, man. That thing was powerful.
I appreciate it, my man. It grew into eventually having 1,500, maybe 2,000 motorcycles on the lot every Wednesday night at Fridays. They gave me the entire property, inside the building, outside the building, no cars on the lot, as well as we filtered over into the neighboring parking lots where car clubs began to show up, Jeep clubs began to show up, and it just turned into a city event. So much that I had to then I had to go and work with the city about traffic plans and parking plans and all those different things. But I can say that in 11 years of being at TGI Fridays, only had one incident.
Yeah, there were really never really any incidents there. Yeah,
we only had one, and it was some people that just lost their mind and decided they wanted to fight over a girl.
Oh, lots of burnouts, lots of wheelies.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
No buffoonery, no shenanigans,
No
which was good.
No mess, no jump. Didn't tear up the property. The property was happy that we came.
I'm sure they made a ton of money.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Jack Mott Hospitality and Daniel Halpern, who is the CEO of Jack Mott. They're the largest independent franchisee of TGI Fridays in the nation.
So the franchisee, thank you very much for allowing us to party in your lot.
Oh yes.
And then COVID happened.
Yeah, then COVID happened. Man, we shut down 2020 and did also 21. And right now I'm talking to them about the possibility of being able to bring it back, but right now they just don't have the staff.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, on the horizon,
Yes.
what's Kickstand Promotions got going? I know you got something up your sleeve.
Well, I'm always looking for the next thing. Right now, I'm looking at being able to promote the business community that's within our biking community.
Okay.
So I'm looking at putting together some events that will showcase if you are a true biker and own a motorcycle, we're gonna do events where you can come and showcase your business.
Really?
Oh yes, sir. I want to be able to do that and be able to show that we have the diversity that is within the bike community. We can showcase to people to not only have that kind of event for bikers, but also have that same type of event where anyone can come and people can understand how diverse our community is.
We live in an entrepreneurial society right now where gig jobs and people are not just working 9 to 5s anymore. So that's a great idea for bikers, motorcycle people who ride to show off their talents and their businesses, because you'd be surprised who rides a motorcycle.
Almost that. Judges, lawyers, doctors, you name it, it touches the motorcycle community, and the motorcycle community touches all walks of life. So why not showcase that? Being able to see. And now, with everyone understanding that this is the perfect time to be in business for yourself. It's a great time to do it. It's different tax breaks, different things that you can get just by being an entrepreneur. It's a great time to showcase all of that.
So talk to me about your background. Do you have like a background in marketing, or what is your what drove you to the promotional aspect of all these events and what you've been doing?
Well, actually, it's my father. Shout out to my dad, John P. Jr. My dad always taught me that you could never meet a stranger. He taught me that, and I say that as well. I never meet a stranger. It doesn't matter who's in front of me. Doesn't matter what race, or male, female, whatever. We can have a conversation and find some commonality. So I just took that and put it into the business and said, hey, why not be able to showcase things, do a good product, and growing up, when I got into my adult life, I was able to get into sales
Mm-hmm.
in telecommunication sales. I was very good at it. I have a very good ear to listen to people, to be able to get a yes out of your mouth.
There you go.
So that plays into marketing and does well when owning a business, because if you don't believe in your business 100% and are able to sell it, then no one else will. So
A lot of people don't understand that when you're in sales, 70% of what you deal with is rejection.
yes,
So you have to be able to, when you do succeed or
Yes.
you do get that agreement, you need to make sure it's well worth it, because
yes, sir.
hey, you're going to have a lot of no's,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
you cherish those yeses.
Exactly. And that, I say that was one of the reasons why my bike night did so well, because I understood how to put out a good product. And I made the product amenable to everyone. It didn't matter male or female. It didn't matter if you rode a motorcycle or not. The event was presented in a good way that protected both the brand of Jack Ma Hospitality, TGI Fridays, as well as Kickstand Promotions.
Yep.
And that's why we had such a great run.
Yeah, everything was a representation of you and your family and the businesses that you were dealing with as well. I get that. So,
Appreciate
Man on the Moon World here with John Peak, aka 50. We're talking about bike nights, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Man on the Moon World. And when we left, we were talking with John Peak, aka 50, about his endeavors and the bike night that we used to go to at TGI Fridays that COVID took away from us. So, with that being said, man, let me ask you this: what do you think it takes to make a good bike night?
Actually, putting out a good product, having a good and safe environment.
Mm-hmm.
That was the method to what I did. Basically, making a event that was safe enough for women and children to come, so everyone else came.
Yeah, the dining room stayed full at TGI Fridays, that's for sure.
It did. And once the ladies became, they felt it was safe enough to come and have a good time, that it wasn't just an event of everybody just standing around and doing nothing,
Mm-hmm.
then we began to just blow the walls off and have a good time.
Now, how did you select the vendors that you had? Is there a magic potion to that, or you just?
I contacted some of them contacted me. They heard through word of mouth about how to come and be a vendor, and I made sure, one thing that I did in the bike night, I never did competition.
Okay.
If I had a jewelry vendor, that was the only one I had.
Mm-hmm.
I would never put another one on top of another one. So whatever the product that was out there, I tried to make sure that you were able to thrive and flourish at the bike night, because you're going to be in front of a lot of people. And if you weren't going to be there, I move on to the next vendor,
Okay.
because it's business.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on those vendors buying,
Another little business, yes.
man, by this, by that. I actually got my bike washed at bike night before.
Yes. I had a person there watching the bike. I started that off, and had a cowboy.
Cowboy.
He was out there, and he started off doing that. I even had a masseuse.
Really?
It was the only bike night with a masseuse.
You can get your back cracked while you drinking.
Yeah, she took care of me.
All right now.
Yeah,
All right.
Kimberly McCants. She does massages and chiropractic stuff and wellness, but she was with me for years. Yeah.
So doing all these promotions and this bike night that you were doing that was really, really successful,
Yes.
you had to go home late at night now.
Yeah.
And we got Kathy, his wife, who's here. How long you been married, man?
30 years.
You've been married
30. It'll be 31 July 14th.
What a blessing. 31 years. Now, I understand that if I was a club, or if there was a club out there who were planning an event, anniversary, what have you, they could actually contract you to do the entire event for them.
Yes. I can take care of planning, the logistics, you name it, A to Z. I can put it together for you. I've done that for a few different clubs, doing charity rides, anniversary rides, things of that nature. You might not have known it. You just show up and do the ride, but I've been very instrumental in putting a lot of them together for different clubs and different entities around the city.
So for the people out there listening and viewing, how does one contact Kickstand Promotions, John T. Peak 50? How do we get in contact with you, man?
Everything in social media is Kickstand Promotions. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything Kickstand Promotions. Or they can give me a call. I don't mind. I'm one of the few that doesn't mind giving out my phone number. Stays on 24 hours a day. That's 678-758-2667. And
He actually called me back too.
yeah.
So he ain't
So anything and everything Kickstand Promotions.
How did that name Kickstand Promotions and that logo come about?
Actually, if you are a real biker, you understand that the most important piece on your motorcycle is your kickstand. It supports you.
That's
It supports all the weight. It keeps your equipment from being damaged. It takes care of you and takes care of your motorcycle. So I said, why not make a name of the most important piece of the motorcycle, which is the kickstand.
Wow, that was deep.
That's it, man.
That was deep right there. Okay, Kickstand Promotions, yeah, because the kickstand is extremely important.
Very, very important.
Have you ever tried to park your motorcycle without a kickstand?
Yeah.
Well, now I guess you can say the name's going to be Center Stand Promotions because everybody's doing air rides.
Those are the cheaters.
So, wrapping this thing up here,
Yes,
man,
sir.
is there anything out there that we need to know? Is there anything you want to share with the audience?
Basically, just make sure that you ride your ride and respect each other on the road. That's the main thing. And be able to enjoy each other's company, because this motorcycle world is a very unique thing, and be able to respect anybody and everybody that takes part in it, from the 1%ers to the 99 to the independents to just the motorcycle enthusiasts, the people who like to be around the atmosphere. We're all part of this big thing, and let's have some fun.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As Mays and Frankie Beverly said, we are one.
Yes, sir.
So look out for the person who's next to you.
Yes, sir.
Contact the person you rode with when you get home. Hey, summer is upon us, so let's be safe out there.
Yes.
And let's have a memorable 2022.
Yes.
Man on the Moon World here with John Peak, aka 50, talking about bike nights, man. It's been my pleasure to sit down and talk to you, man. I'd love to do it again.
Yes, sir.
And again, we appreciate you stopping by. John Peak, aka 50, joining the Man on the Moon World. We'll see you next time. And remember, burn rubber, not your soul.
There you go.
All right, man.